Hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Monday, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world. In the world to New Zealand. And I'm just going to start with something that just amused me. Well, it didn't amuse me, it impressed me this morning. I don't even know what the story is about. Apparently a crowd of teens harassed a Native American veteran. So CNN went to this guy whose name is Chase Iron Eyes. Chase Iron Eyes. Why can't I be called glennzb Iron Eyes? I probably can, I suppose, if I want to be. Anyway, I think of all the ethnicities in the world, probably Native Americans. I didn't know that. I thought we stopped calling them Native Americans and now they're First Nation people, or is that just the people who used to be Eskimos? This conversation is getting more and more accidentally racist as it goes on, so I'm going to change subject very quickly, except it's kind of the same subject, because meanwhile, down under, in the middle of the night, Stefanos Tsitsipas beat Roger Federer in the tennis. So cool. He's trying to distract people from his ridiculous name with an even more ridiculous hairdo. And apparently the way he beat Roger Federer was by playing more like Roger Federer than even Roger Federer does. So that's an interesting strategy to take into sports competitions. Luckily, he's not as boring as Roger Federer is. So that was good. Going back to the Northern Hemisphere again, and straight off the back of rolling his car the other day, we've got the Queen's other half taking the new car for a spin, but with no seatbelt on. Now, a lot of people have said, A, why didn't he get into more trouble for not wearing a seatbelt? And B, why is he even allowed to drive in the first place? But I reckon, let them get them high-powered vehicles, preferably with no seatbelts even fitted, and preferably that will explode on impact, and just get rid of them all as soon as possible. And we can stop worrying about them. Not that I do, but some people do. And it'll stop being the huge waste of money, time and resources. I mean, why aren't they? They've got horses they could be riding around on, haven't they? Anyway. Finally, learning support managers are on strike. I know. What are we going to do? So this is at the Ministry of Education. And when we say they're on strike, it's a partial strike. Their dispute is over pay, and the union members, they've rejected an offer from the Ministry of Education. So what they're going to do is they're still going to go to work, but they're not going to stay for any longer than 8 hours. And there's some meetings that they're not going to go to. Which actually, it sounds a lot like what I do now. Am I on strike and I didn't even realise it? Anyway, apparently learning support managers are the glue that holds together the learning support system. I don't know how much sympathy they're going to garner from the public, because I googled New Zealand learning support managers and this is what came up. I don't really know how gluish they really are. I guess we'll find out when we're wanting something to happen in the area of learning support after that 8-hour time period. I'm glennzb. I'm sure chaos might reign. Hope not. Thanks so much for having me in your virtual headset. See you here again tomorrow for more glennzb TV.